Hey everyone, let's make this Mother's Day fold card. It's a flag card and it's super simple to do. I'm going to give you all the directions and then you can do this in a couple different ways. First, you're going to need two 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. Okay, so 8.5 by 11 standard pieces of paper. Then you're going to cut a strip off of your cardstock, 3.25 by 11 inches. Okay, so 3.25 inches by 11. You're just going to cut that strip. This is going to be your cover. I don't care what your cover is. And there are actually two pieces of the cover. Don't worry about cutting that now because I'm going to show you that at the end, because we're going to do this really easy. You don't even really need a ruler towards the end. You're going to cut a second strip for your inside. This is your accordion that is going to create your flag book, and it is 3 inches by 11 inches. You can make it any size. You just need to make sure that your cover strip and your inner strip, which makes the flag, is 1/4 inch smaller than the other, and that's so that it fits nicely inside. Okay? Set your cover strip aside, and then we're going to fold this. You want to make sure you're folding with the grain so that it will fold easy. We're going to fold it in half. I'm using a bone folder or whatever to make a nice crisp fold. Then I'm going to open it, okay, and I'm going to fold in to my center. And this is so that we start building our flag. Okay, same thing on this side. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to put it right with that. There we go. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to flip it over, and now I'm going to create the next fold. So I'm going to take this end and bring it into that center fold, crease it, same thing, nice and crisp. And then I'm going to take this fold and I'm going to bring it in to that center fold. Be sure to get it right up nice and tight. Crisp fold. There it is. Okay, flip. I'm going to take this one and fold it in to that center crease and fold it really good. Do the same and repeat. Right to the center fold. Now, all folds together, and I have my first accordion. Now, depending upon what you're writing on your flag, in your flag book, this has only 3 flags. So I need more because mother is spelled with 6 letters. So I need to fold it again. So I'm going to flip it again, and I'm going to repeat by folding each of these in to that next one, except for the outside. Okay, you got to make sure that you're not doing this one or this one. I almost did, and that is because these are what are going to mount onto your covers of your card or your book or whatever. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go in to that center, right there, right to the center, and I'm going to crease it right there. Okay, crease it right there. All right, same thing. I'm going to do this now into there, and it gets tighter and tougher the tinier your folds go. But this will be the last one, and this is again that 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Standard papers that you have at home, you can do this with. You don't need anything fancy. You don't even need a bold folder. You can do it with your fingernails or whatever. Continue to do this all the way until you get to this one. Don't fold this one. Okay? Okay, I'm continuing to fold each one of these. One more to go. This is the last one. This one is going to go right to there. I'm going to crease it. Okay, so now it goes all the way across. You can see. And now I have enough to make this. So this is, we've got it here. So here is going to be attached. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so that I can lay my letters out. Now, you can use any letters that you want. So these letters were cut out on a Cricut machine. Some people have Sizzix. Some people you might purchase letters that are already cut out. That's another option. You also could just draw your own letters. And then cut your own letters out as well. So here's my letter that's all cut out. And I want to make sure, whatever I do, that my letters fit inside the height of my accordion itself, because I want it to be inside of that. And then your book will be the size of your largest letter. And I'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing that you could do is literally you could just write your letters onto a little rectangle and then use that. You don't even have to cut them out. You could then mount that in like that and your next letters. You just want to do them pretty consistent, or you don't have to. You could make each one different. That's totally up to you. But again, this fits inside the width of my accordion. Now, I'm going to get this out. I'm going to get my letters ready. M-O-T. I'm alternating the color so that it just looks pretty. I just like it. M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother. Okay, Mother. And I will tell you that if you do it on a Cricut machine and you duplicate it twice, so you print mother twice, you actually can do 4 cards or 4 books. I'm going to use Scotch permanent glue stick. You could use something like a fine point applicator. This is art glitter glue. Once this dries, I have one that's filled with just plain old Elmer's glue too, but I love using this. It's quick and easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on and make sure that it is not more than the width of my book. I'm going to put it right in here and I'm going to fold this over. Okay. And that attaches my first letter. Okay. And then you want to make sure that you're paying attention and that you fold each one over so that you make sure that you don't skip one, because it's easy to. Okay, so there's my next one. And what I'm going to do is go like this. I'm going to put this down in the center like that. And then I'm going to just fold it over. And that way I know that I have gotten it and that it's right there and it's centered. I'm going to do the same with the T. And this is narrow. So I'm going to do that. I put that right there. I'm going to go ahead and fold that down. Whoops. Fold that down and adhere it. Next one is my H. I'm going to do another one. And again, you can use any letter. I am just putting it down there. And then I'm going to fold this down. It's all in. And there we go. And you can see that they are all right there. Okay. So they're all adhering into the flag. Okay. So now, whoops. Now I have the E. And the E, I go like this, backwards, like that. Okay. Put my E in, like that. Close it down. Got it where I want it. And I'm going to close it down like that. And then I do my R, which is going to go right on here. Make sure you're doing it backwards because only part of this gets glued. So here is that one. I'm going to put that right there, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now, whoops, don't get it tangled in. So all my letters have been adhered, M-O-T-H-E-R. And now I am ready to adhere this into my bookends. So I'm going to fold it all together. The M is the largest letter. I have to make my book bigger than that. So I have my 3 1/4 page, and I have this. What I'm going to do to measure this, because I'm not going to actually measure, I'm just going to put it in so I don't have to use a rule. I don't have to measure anything. It's just quick and easy, which is why anybody can do this. I'm going to put this in like that, and I'm going to go like this. And I know that my M is here. I know where I want this. I'm going to fix it where it is. That's the end. I have to have it big enough, and I'm going to put that down. and then open it up, and there it is. Okay, so I've got it in there, and I know that it fits my whole entire thing. Okay, my whole entire flag. And it's a flag because the parts move, okay? Because they kind of flag out like that. That's why it's a flag. And it's an accordion book. Okay, so now I am going to fold that down, and I know where the edge of the book is. I know that I want about 1/4 inch. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to cut that amount right up the edge like that, just like that. Now, this tells me how big I need the other piece to be. I'm literally going to put it right on here, line it right up, put it on there. It's perfectly lined up. And then I'm going to cut right along that edge again. No measuring, no lines. If you're one of those people that needs measurements and lines, you can figure it out. But this is so easy, and you really don't need anything else. So now I'm going to put glue on this. Okay, I'm just going to go like this really quick so that I don't have to go any farther. I've got the glue on there. It's on the whole thing. And now I have this. I'm going to line it up with my whole entire thing so that it's all even. And I'm going to adhere it. And there it is. Just like that. And it's adhered. And I got a couple places where it's sticky. But I'm going to let it dry, and it will be good to go. So now I have my whole accordion. It's all together. My Mother's Day card, and then you could do a belly band around the outside. Decide how thick you want it to be. This is some paper that I made and then color photocopied. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, go like that, wrap it right around, make it just a little bit bigger, snip it, and then I'm going to glue it. Right on there. And then this will slide right over this card. And then I have a little belly band. And if you want to make it even fancier, you could cut out a little flower, wrap something else around. You could put something on here. You can make a little belly, whatever. Just like that. Okay, so happy creating. I hope that you like this tutorial. Please like, share, comment, and happy creating. Thanks, Miss Amy.